This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
First of all, we're starting off with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. And for those who were here yesterday, okay, good lord, this game is fucking difficult. And it's not even for the reasons you would think it should be difficult, alright? Typically when you play, a kart racer in the modern day, the reason it'll be difficult is, okay, the track is a little tricky, there's places you could fall off the track, or, I gotta get used to the controls, to get used to the racing and all of that, right? That's what you want to think. But that's not the case at all. In fact, the reason that Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is difficult is because the game cheats.
Like, I guess I'm too old for that shit.
Alright, and I made many comparisons yesterday to the original Super Mario Kart. So, I'm playing Crash Team Racing yesterday, and I would say for about the first 2 hours of the story mode, I'm learning the game mechanics, and yes, the game is difficult, but it's mostly because I don't know how to play it. Definitely the power sliding boost and stuff is different from Mario Kart, so I'm adjusting on the fly, and I'm learning and everything, and after I'd say about 2 hours, I'm getting pretty good at the game, to the point where I'm now beating stages on the, maybe second try, something like that. Then I get to the Ice World, which is World 3, and this is where the whole game completely discombobulated itself. This world not only has ridiculously tough tracks because they have either pitfall hazards, or, in the case of the Dragon Mines, a turn that not a single character in the game can fucking make. Like, no one can actually make this turn. It's this crazy mineshaft turn that you have to drive so slow to make that everyone passes by you because the AI cheats. Because as I was telling you, this is much like Mario Kart. Number one, the AI does not abide by the same rules as you. At any time, it can power slide around a corner perfectly. When you can't do that at the speed that you're driving at, they could do it. Number two, the computer ignores hazards. I saw the computer drive through flames. I saw the computer somehow veer around items that normally you would not be able to do, which is bullshit. Number three, the computer artificially gets speed boosts.
Basically, here's a whiny baby.
Out of nowhere. Like, for no reason. It's not like, oh, I was power sliding, I did the power boost. They just get them out of nowhere. And I saw races where the person in first place all of a sudden gets an insane speed boost and is now like 10 seconds ahead of everyone else in the race. Like, what? How the fuck did they get that far ahead? Doesn't even make any sense. And then there's no chance of you ever catching them up to them. And then the true bullshit, alright? The true bullshit is the fact that the computer always has an item, and when you get in first place, you immediately get hit by the item.
Oh my god, dude, just shut up. Just shut up and stop whining. Ugh.
Every time I hit first place, boom, immediately hit in the ass by a homing item. I was like, wait a minute, you always have one? Like, how is that, So I think when they made this game, I don't know if they changed it for this re-release or the original was this tough, but in essence, they designed the game to be unfair, at anything but, normal difficulty or higher. Apparently this game has an easy mode, and if you play on easy difficulty, you could just turbo through the whole game, and no one even tries to, stop you. It's, super just pointless. So at least on medium, you're getting challenged, that's a good thing, but not to the point of the extent of the extreme difficulty that I'm having on normal difficulty.
This guy constantly whining. Wah. Shut the fuck up. God damn. Wah. Oh my god.
Like I said, normal difficulty in this game is pretty much the equivalent of Special Cup in the original Mario Kart. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Seriously, this is just out of control, unfair, alright? And I'm all up for a challenge, I'll be very honest with everyone. I played Team Sonic Racing last month, and I really feel the campaign of that game was pretty easy. There really was very little challenge. The only real challenge I had in that game was the challenge stages where you had to do special objectives, like the Drift Challenge and stuff like that was pretty tough. But outside of that, most of the story-based races were super easy, okay? That game also had a team-based mechanic where you could team boost off each other, so even if you were doing shitty, at the end of the race you could power through and just beat everybody anyway, and this game does not have that, right? The thing is, again, I'm not against a challenge, I like challenge.
I'm good at lying.
But, when a game breaks its own rules, right, It can do maneuvers you can actually not do in the game. It infinitely has items for no fucking reason. Or it just gets a speed boost out of nowhere to cheat. That's where I kind of draw the line and say, this is horse shit. And that's what this game is, horse shit.
Whining, complaining. Okay.
In the story mode, it's just not fair, and I'll be honest, in a lot of cases, it's not fun. Because if you're doing well, and then all of a sudden, like, for a perfect example, yesterday I was in first place, and then randomly, instantly, homing item hits me in the ass, then another item hit me, then another item hit me. So I went from first to fifth instantly, and there was no chance of me catching up. Like, now, how is that fair? I was driving well, I was doing well, I was way ahead of them, and all of a sudden the game just gets infinite items to combo me. They're like, fuck that.
Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha!
Seriously, like, it's just fucking annoying. Okay? So in my opinion, I think the game, sadly, is not very well made when it comes to the campaign. Now, I haven't touched the multiplayer. The multiplayer could be quite good. I don't know. But I think the story mode is kind of shitty. It really harkens back to the early 90s era of game that we have moved past, you know, over 20 years ago. There's a reason why unfair game design was outdated 20 years ago. You see what I mean? So there's people who might love this because they played the shit out of it back in the day, and they have all this nostalgia factor, and that's fine, but for someone like me, I'm playing modern games, and I see this, I'm like, nah, sorry. You know, they definitely should have done something to improve it, in my opinion.
A demanding baby? The baby wouldn't shut the fuck up, yelling for 7 fucking hours straight.
Ellipsian, I completely agree with you. He says, I think it's perfectly fair, you just need to master the driving system. Ellipsian, did you not hear everything I just said? The game cheats. It's not about mastering the drive. You could be the perfect driver and still get infinitely hit in the butt by homing items, still have the enemies power through all the items on the stage. You're like, it doesn't matter. You could be the perfect driver and still lose because the game cheats.
It's salty as fuck. It's like pure salt. All you could taste was salt. You couldn't taste anything else.
It would be one thing if, okay, I'm failing because I'm constantly hitting the walls. I'm not doing the power slide boosts, right? That's not the case. The case is the game literally breaks its own rule set. That's not good game design.
Great. And you can't even make a mistake. If you make one mistake, this is normal difficulty. Make one mistake, you can't win the race. Fucking gay. It's so bad. It's so badly made. This early on, this is not fun. This isn't fun. It's work. That's what they made it. The game is work. It's not fun, it's work.
That's early 80s and 90s game design, back when games couldn't make the kind of AI that was intelligent enough to actually drive properly, so they just allowed the AI to cheat so that there would be extra challenge. Because let's face it, back in the day, when you had a game cart, you could only fit a certain amount of content on a certain game cart, right? So let's extend the length of our game by making it insanely unfair. Okay, fair enough. But not on normal difficulty. You know what I mean? That it was never on normal difficulty that you would face this kind of shit. I'm sorry, the game is just not well made.
My eyes, I'm crying. I'm like, oh my god, my eyes are burning out of my head. I'm crying like a baby.
Whew, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes. Alright, we're gonna, you know, see, can I beat it today? I hope so. What I'd like to do is beat the story-based campaign today.
Frog's playing golf cheered. It said detractor trophy. The detractor's trophy. I won.
People want to see the rarity of the trophies. Oh yeah? The best way to see the trophies is actually from the trophy screen over here.
Whoa, why don't you get a job? That's why people wanted to see it. Why don't you get a job? I do have a job. That was only a bronze.
And I'm hoping there'll be some extra time to actually check out the online play. I would love to jump into the online play of the game today, and see how it goes. Alright, I don't know how it's gonna go. We're gonna find out. The anonymous tipper asked the following. Would you consider playing Bloodstained if someone donated it to you? It's roughly 12 hours long, so you might be able to fit it in the schedule. At this point, no. I just don't have time. Would I eventually consider playing it? Yes. But it wasn't something that was on my schedule. And in addition, as I've said many times, I'll say it again, my viewing audience is not into Metroidvania games. I've tried to play many of them over the years, and every time I did, people said they were boring and complained, and I had to drop them. They never work for whatever reason. I don't know why. And
If I can't get people to watch and people to be engaged and interact and contribute during a stream, then I can't keep doing said stream. So what's the point of buying me a game and donating it if I play it once and everyone says it's boring and no one cares about it? You see what I mean? It's not about the money. It's not. I'm not here to take a paycheck. Oh well, I'll take my paycheck now. Let me keep getting the paycheck, alright? Let me keep taking a paycheck for doing fucking nothing. When in reality, all I fucking do is suck a paycheck. There's like a lot of people like that, and that's the problem. This is the year of the cheap cash grab.
which is why I didn't put Bloodstained on my schedule to begin with. I didn't think that it was going to be worth putting on there because I didn't think that it was going to get attention, you see? Which is why I haven't really talked about it. But again, if this is something that people actually want to see me play, I'm not against it, but it's not going to be... it's certainly not going to be anything like, immediately, with all these new releases coming out.
Okay, Papaloo, which I'm sure this is not the real Papaloo, tipped me and said, I love you, Phil. Well, thank you to whoever this really is, because the real Papaloo hasn't been around in about a year and a half, so I'm pretty sure that they're not coming back at this point. I love you, Papaloo. I love you. What an anomaly I fucking am. How many people have disappeared from YouTube or Twitch over the years that have been doing it as long as I have, and I've been able to keep doing it? It's basically a con artist. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a scammer. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.